Atoms, the fundamental building blocks of matter, are often misunderstood. An atom is a structure consisting of protons, neutrons, and electrons. The protons and neutrons are held together by what is known as the strong force, whilst electrons inhabit the outer area, orbiting the nucleus due to the force of electromagnetism. Back in 1932, the only particle believed to be in the nucleus was the proton. Nuclear physicist Ernest Rutherford stated that splitting the atom would yield very little energy. If we were to convert one proton into energy, so small your brain wouldn't have had the time to react to the bulb. Enough to power a 20-watt bulb for 25 10 trillionths of a second. A very short duration. Albert Einstein agreed with Rutherford, stating, "There is not the slightest indication that nuclear energy will ever be obtainable." He continued to say that the atom structure would have to be literally shattered, a concept known as fission, as proposed by Einstein himself, through the famous equation E equals mc squared, stating how mass and energy share a relation. Until now, the way to shatter an atom is by smashing it with another atom. According to Coulomb's law, like charges repel, while opposite charges attract. Therefore, if a positive atom were to be fired at another positive atom, they would repel each other due to their equal charge. This is where the neutron comes in, the subatomic particle that has allowed nuclear physics to exist. Unlike protons and electrons, this particle contains neither a positive nor a negative charge. Therefore, it's unaffected by Coulomb's law. So, a neutron can smash straight into a proton, creating energy. However, you need an atom that is quite heavy to sustain a weak atomic force, and that atom is uranium-235, the fuel for anything nuclear. For educational purposes, let's say we were to drop the bomb Little Boy in the center of Malta. A B-29 superfortress soars the skies, the bay is opened, and the bomb is dropped 9.5 kilometers above ground. A 24-volt battery activates the timer. Instruments on the bomb will tell it when it is the right time to detonate. The distance would be at around 580 meters. The firing switch is activated, pushing the uranium towards the other side of the barrel, where 4 initiators made out of polonium start the nuclear reaction. High-powered neutrons then smash into uranium atoms, causing them to split, throwing out more neutrons, exponentially increasing the rate of fission. This chain reaction would span across the center of Malta, killing and injuring thousands of people in a second. The fireball radius would be around 200 meters, the size of 2 football fields. Then, at around 140 meters out of the fireball, you would feel 239,000 pascals acting on your body, twice as much as the pressure you feel on Earth at ground level. 5 square kilometers from the fireball would be filled with radiation, where if you're lucky enough to survive, 15% of survivors are likely to die of cancer within the next month. Around 1.7 kilometers from the explosion, collapsing buildings, fire, and more are to be found. 4.5 kilometers out, covering an area of around 64 square kilometers, is where glass windows are likely to shatter as the pressure wave travels along the area. Unfortunately, bombs and wars are all around us. Till last year, there were around 12,512 nuclear warheads worldwide, enough to endanger civilization as we know it. While there are interesting pieces of machinery, the bombings of Nagasaki and Hiroshima have caused around 200,000 casualties, more than half being deaths, with the rest being injured.